Thanks, Michael. Jordan, congrats on the goal tonight. So it's halftime, and then it's in toward the second half, and you're on the bench watching this. What's going through your mind as you're watching it? What are you seeing? And then, as you're going out there to take the field, what's in your head?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a tough game. Obviously, tough conditions, tough environment, playing against a good team. I thought the fight in the team was really really good, and the energy that we brought was really really good. And as a guy coming off the bench, you just need to be ready whenever your name's called, and that's just kind of my mentality. Is if I get a chance to go in, just trying to do whatever I can to help the team, and I was just happy to be able to do that tonight. So it was good to get out of there with a point.
Next will be Stephen Goff from the Washington Post.
Thanks for your time, Jordan. Guess through the goal, starting with the corner kick from Christian and how it all unfolded through your eyes.
Yeah, from what I remember, there was the corner kick that kind of got cleared out and ended up back out with Christian and Luca, and Luca got the ball, and I just tried to make a run in the box, and he put a perfect ball in the box, and I was just fortunate to be there and put it in the back of the net. But all credit to him, he put a great ball in the box, and it was felt great, of course.
Next will be Paul Tenorio from The Athletic.
Thanks so much, Michael. Congrats, Jordan, on the goal.
Thank you.
I wonder just kind of what the goal means to you. Obviously, it gets you a result in the Nations League, but we're in the final few games before the World Cup. Everyone's trying to make an impression on Greg to say, I deserve a spot on the plane. Coming off of the Grenada game, kind of knowing you wanted to do something to show what you could produce for this team. What did that goal mean to you, and how much does that weigh on you in these camps as we get closer and closer to Qatar in November? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first and foremost, it's about the team and what I can do to help the team when I come into a game like that. So, my role was to try to come off the bench and help the team get back in the game, and that was the most important thing. I was just fortunate enough to help with that. But of course, personally, scoring a goal feels great. I'm a goal scorer, and so that's obviously what you live on. For me, it had been a long time with the national team since my last goal. Going through the COVID year in 2020 where we didn't play any games, and then coming back, being out all of 2021 with my injury. It had been since 2019 since I scored a goal with the national team. So it had definitely been a little bit of a wait there. It had been a little bit too long for my liking, of course. And but again, I think it's all about helping the team and getting a result.
Next will be Kyle Bonagura from ESPN.
Yeah, Jordan, when you look back at this window, where do you think the team, made the most progress, and how important will these next, 2.5 months be before you guys meet again?
Yeah, really important. I think every camp we're making steps, and as a group, we felt like we made steps to progress, and going to a tough environment like that, that we played in today, and getting a result is always positive. But every time we can get together as a group, it's just continuing to work on our identity, our style of play, how we know we can play, and I think that's important because, like you said, there's not a lot of opportunities left before the World Cup. So every time we get a chance to be together as a group, it's really important, and I think we definitely made strides this camp.
Next question will come from Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
Thank you, Michael. And hey, Jordan, I think every kid has played the game in the rain, in the mud, and you've played in some youth tournaments where you're on some fields that might be uneven or have hills or whatever. I think everyone's kind of gone through that. But when you look at this game and the stakes and the competitiveness and the level and everything that goes into it, what's it like being out there? What's it like being a player in that moment, and how do you kind of deal with everything that goes into the game and what that game means for this team going forward?
Yeah, it was fun. I was kind of thinking about that in the same way. These are kind of some of the fields that you used to play on as a kid, being from Seattle, obviously, it's not the mud, but the rain. I love playing in the rain, so I was just embracing that moment. I think the team as a group just embraced the challenge. We knew it was going to be a really tough game, and they're a good opponent, and obviously the conditions weren't ideal. The field wasn't ideal, but we didn't make any excuses, and we pushed hard together as a team. But yeah, I kind of had that same feeling as it was similar to playing back in the day on some muddy fields, but whenever you get a chance to wear the jersey, it's such an honor, and so no matter where you're playing, no matter the circumstances, you're going to give it your all.
We have 2 more questions and continue with David Malandra.
Hey, Jordan, 2-part question for you. One, have you ever scored a goal this late in stoppage time for basically to get your team a draw in the way you did? And secondly, what is the main thing you can take away from this camp as you get ready to ramp it up for the World Cup?
Yeah, I honestly don't think so. I think that might have been one of my latest goals to at least to get a result out of the game. So yeah, that felt great, of course. And I think kind of like what I touched on, we don't have a lot of opportunities together before the World Cup, so just continuing to build as a group every time we're in camp, move forward to these next games in the next window, which are going to provide their own unique challenges. But it's just obviously continuing to build our identity and our style of play as a team.
Last question comes from Andrew Jones.
Thank you, Michael. Jordan, Greg talked about all your teammates chanting your name when you came into the locker room. Can you describe that whole feeling of love that you got from your teammates? And where does this rank for you in terms of the goals that you scored, considering the goal that you scored against Mexico, your first goal, and now having this goal after a while? And if you know the result of the Seattle Sounders tonight after this whole great moment for you personally.
Yeah, it was, I mean, for me, kind of like I touched on, it had been a while since I'd scored for the national team, so it was an emotional moment to both on the field and then after the game to see my teammates kind of embrace me like that. We're super fortunate here to have a great group of guys, and it was a great moment, of course, and I'm super appreciative of that. In terms of goals where it ranks, yeah, Mexico, maybe the Gold Cup final was definitely up there as well, and then this one in terms of, I think, importance, that they all are special in their own ways, but anytime you can score for the national team, it's an incredible feeling. And then, yeah, me and Christian checked the score right after the game, saw our guys had a great game, a great performance, so that's awesome. We're lucky in Seattle. We have a great team, so we're excited to get back with them and keep working towards building up in MLS play.